Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
We are back with Nanny Poppins Agency and our office manager, Delia, joining us live today here from Texas. Excited to have the company back with us as always. Jennifer Bouchard, we've had on the show many times. She's the owner. We've talked to Emily. We've talked to Jen that works with her. And we're going to find out more about this agency. By the way, it's nationwide, not just for nannies, but domestic staffing. And the company dates back to 1995. So clearly they know what they're doing. And we're excited to introduce our new guest today. How are you?
I am doing very well. I'm excited to be here.
Well, thank you, Delia. Please introduce yourself to everyone before we begin.
All right, so my name is Delia. I started working for Jennifer and Nanny Poppins mid-pandemic, April 2020. And so I've been here for her for almost 5 years now. And it's been crazy how much we have grown within this past almost 5 years now. And we've enjoyed it. We've helped thousands of families. So yeah, we are in the process of growing still.
Amazing. Well, tell us a little bit about the work you do as the office manager for the Nanny Poppins Agency.
All right. So I take care of pretty much all the back end stuff. I'm usually the first initial contact with the clients when they email us.
Okay.
So I'm first contact, welcoming them, letting them know how our process goes, sending them some information, and hopefully booking an appointment with a specialist. So I'm first contact, and then I'm also responsible for posting all the jobs on the job boards, writing all the job descriptions, making sure that they are, up to par with Indeed's guidelines and, federal regulations too. And then I manage all the accounting, keep track of all the metrics, and do all the bookkeeping for Jennifer. So yeah, I'm like the backbone of the company, you could say.
Amazing. Well, thank you for being here, for joining us. And let's get everyone familiar with Nanny Poppins. The best way to reach out to you, nannypoppinsagency.com, correct? Is there a phone number, any social media page you want to share, Delia?
Yeah, so our main office number is 888-849-6090. We also have an Instagram page. It's at Nanny Poppins. And then we have LinkedIn where all our jobs get posted too. So feel free to check out our LinkedIn page. And you can always reach out to us through any Google business page that you have. We have locations nationwide. So if you see us coming across your Google search, feel free to call us or send us a message.
Beautiful. Well, let's talk about specifically the type of clients you're working with. Give us an overview of the company and the type of people that you're looking for candidates, and the type of clients that are coming to you for what type of jobs.
So usually we work with very busy business professionals, CEOs, attorneys, surgeons too, business owners, entrepreneurs, anybody who is super busy and needs that extra set of hands, just to help them not only do the childcare, making sure that they're fed and taken to their activities, but managing their household, maybe helping out with taking care of some bills, managing vendors, errands, anything like that our busy professionals are looking for. Yeah, we can definitely provide.
And how has it changed over the years? I mean, I know you've been there, you said, since before the pandemic, but I know, speaking of Jennifer, there's a lot more on your plate now, right? You're doing a lot of different things.
Yes, so we've actually automated a lot of processes since 2020. So we used to pretty much have our clients fill out a Word document with all their needs, but we realized that kind of takes time away from our busy clients. We want to save them time. So we created an online registration form. It takes 5 minutes to fill out instead of filling out a Google Word page and then sending it back to us and all that stuff. We automated the process. You can do it online. We've also have a new system to source through candidates. And the best thing about us is that we don't use any AI or robots or algorithms to find candidates. We actually have people looking at these resumes one by one. So we actually see these resumes. We don't have AI sourcing through finding keywords that we're looking for. We get the resumes, we call the candidates, get to know them on a very personal level, find out their hobbies. And that's how we try to match them with the client. It's pretty personalized matchmaking instead of if you go to care.com and just type I need a nanny, anybody can apply. They might not even be qualified, but we're actually making sure that we are looking at these resumes. We're not just a robot sourcing them. We have people keeping an eye on them, getting to know them. So that's how we run the business. Like, we are a people agency, not an AI agency.
I love hearing that. Fully hands-on. Like I said, I met some of the other staff in the past who've, obviously spoke very highly of the agency and what they do. And so your job now is the office manager, right? So you're getting every single call that comes in, and then you have to direct it, right?
Not every single call. Jennifer actually takes a lot of the calls. She's involved in that way. I get all the emails pretty much because, so I get all the emails, all the questions that people have about our service agreement or how the process goes. I handle all of that. So I'm like that front person answering all the questions and making sure everyone has what they need, our welcome packet, their invoice, everything's perfect.
Wow. Well, let's discuss, you mentioned, you're the one out there who's posting, all these jobs online. Let's talk about some of the current openings. And by the way, if you go to nannypoppinsagency.com, I know I brought up last week in the show when I was speaking with Emily, I believe, and Jen told me about, you were even like booking a job for a trucking company or a trucker. I forgot what that was. But again, we're talking household, staffing, but also it was a trucking job or something. Do you remember this one?
Yeah, we do. We have actually a fuel truck driver opening because we're not just able to help like just the household. We can also help place anyone in a business. We actually had jobs for a concierge in an office building or accountants too. So anything you can think of, we can definitely place as long as we are able, legally without any licensing. We can definitely do that.
Now, what about, the positions? I see some on the site now, a lot of full-time nannies, part-time nannies. And just to point out, you are nationwide. What are some of the challenges with, screening, clients coming in?
With screening clients coming in, the main thing is that we can actually provide the services that they need. Some of them only need like a couple hours a week, which is not what we can provide because, it's pretty much outside their budget, and it's really hard to find somebody who can work like 2, 3, 4 hours a week. So the first thing is we're assessing them, see if we can actually fill their needs, and then we want to make sure that they understand the labor laws. If they have any questions about how the nanny gets paid and what hours she needs to work and overtime, so we'll make sure that they understanding everything that goes with hiring someone.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you. And let's talk about, some of the opportunities. People can reach out to you for both aspects, looking for employment and looking, to fill a need in a service. For example, let's talk about, nannies or something that I know you do, but Jennifer also wants to point out there's other positions. What other openings do you have an availability in now? So
right now we have, infant nanny, so it's pretty much a temporary position for an infant nanny, just taking care of a newborn, making sure that they're helping the parents get sleep through the night. We also have jobs for newborn care specialists, which is a little bit higher up than just like an infant nanny because newborn care specialists actually have certifications, and they usually work overnight for like 7 days a week for 2-3 months. So they're definitely the ones with the sleep training, the feeding schedule, making sure the parents are understanding the development of the baby and how to do all that stuff. We also have household manager jobs. So if you are, someone who wants to transition from taking care of children and do more like managing a household, we have those positions. So they're not really childcare related. Some of them might just be like, hey, can you take the kids to soccer practice? And then like everything else is managing the home. Like, I've seen jobs that people organize the fridge in the pantry and it just looks like a magazine, and that's what those people do, like keep everything in stock and organize, run the dry cleaning errands and grocery shopping and managing vendors, managing projects around the home. So we do have some jobs out there that are not just child related.
Okay, well, it's good to know because, everyone is in the need of work, right? And now, what would you say, you've been doing this for quite some time. Can I ask a little bit about your background and what you were doing before this and, how your experience has prepared you for what was to come here at the Nanny Poppins agency?
Yeah, well, interesting enough, I don't have any background in like nannying or childcare. Actually, my background is in office management, bookkeeping, and real estate. My family owned a real estate company. We had commercial buildings all over Houston.
Okay.
But since the pandemic, they decided to sell all the assets and retired. So after that, I transitioned to office manager for Nanny Poppins. In fact, I saw a posting for office manager for Nanny Poppins, and I called Jennifer as soon as I saw it. It was in Houston, so I was like, okay, I can do that. So I called Jennifer, and we talked for a while, and then she's like, oh, yeah, by the way, send me a resume. So then I sent her my resume, and actually, I went and spent pretty much the whole summer of 2020 up in New Hampshire with Jennifer.
Wow.
And that's when we actually got things rolling. We automated the processes. We rewrote the training for recruiters. We worked on our contract. We worked on the website. We tried to expand beyond nannies, because I was there all summer long working with her. Just, we only had a few clients in the pandemic, but I would say like by July and August, we were like booming. Like nobody would have thought that we would grow mid-pandemic, but clients had that need. The kids weren't going to school and they had to work from home, and who's going to watch the kids all day? So that's how, I came across the agency, called Jennifer, and now I'm here.
Well, also, I saw on the website for openings, there are recruiters. That's one of the jobs that you're looking for. What does that entail?
Oh, yeah. So we're always looking for recruiters or placement specialists. So these are the people that are in charge or finding the candidates for our clients. So they're the ones sourcing through the resumes. They're the ones interviewing the candidates, checking their references. We also have a reference team, which is actually my mom, that checks the references for the recruiters. And references are important because that's how we get to know the candidates. How reliable are they? Were they, on time? Did they perform their duties? And we get amazing references on these candidates, but we also get some pretty bad references. So that's how we are so hands-on. Like we know everything about the candidate. And sometimes we get a bad reference. We have to talk to the candidate and see what happened, and then they give us a different version. So we call the reference back and tell them, are you sure this is what you want to say? This could potentially cost her an opportunity. And they were like, no, well, I was exaggerating. So yeah, that's what the recruiters do, making sure that everything, the files are looking good, that the resume shows experience, that they're actually a good personality match for the client too, because sometimes people may clash. Some clients want somebody who's more like reserved and just follows direction, but other clients want somebody proactive, takes initiative, like outgoing, like they don't need direction, they already know what to do. So that's how we match them, like
Yeah, well, whose job is it to get all that information? Is it the recruiter get the information together to make it a good match? That's the recruiter's job?
Yes, that's the recruiter's or placement specialist's job. That's their job, to get to know the candidates and to make sure that they get to know them on a personal level too, like what are their hobbies, what do they, who do they live with too. It's important because, sometimes they have kids, and we have to make sure they're a good match for the clients. And yeah, so it's their job to get to know them. In fact, they get when a candidate like finds a recruiter, sometimes for many years, like for example, Jen has worked with the same candidates for years now, and she places them in a job, and then the next year in another job, and every time they need something, they come to Jen, because Jen is like, they're confident, like they know that Jen's gonna help them find a job, that she's gonna advocate for them too. So that's what recruiters do. They advocate for the candidates too, making sure they're getting their overtime and their bonuses too. Benefits are very important too. Some people think that they don't need to offer benefits, but you do. So that's
I was going to ask, do a lot of these jobs, the nanny positions, do come with benefits, or?
Yes, we do actually. Like in the onboarding process with our clients, we educate them what are the standard benefits for a part-time nanny or any job, or full-time, what the rules are for overtime pay. Some states you have to pay overtime for any hours over 40. And in other states, you don't have to pay overtime if they are live-in domestic employees. So that's how we, on the onboarding processes, when we go over that stuff.
Got it. And what about, do they offer some of these families medical insurance as well for their employees?
Yeah, actually, a health insurance stipend, it's becoming very popular now. So a lot of the jobs that offer full benefits with the health insurance stipend, sometimes even 401ks they're offering, those are the jobs that are desirable. Those are the jobs that the career nannies go after, because, they know they're going to get taken care of.
Absolutely. And by the way, Delia, where are you from originally?
I'm from Mexico City. I moved here to Texas in 2005.
Only because I noticed a little accent. And again, I'm have a New York accent. We all have it. And I'm like, it's not Texan. It's not, I don't feel, what? Okay, so back up here. Wait, well, it's Mexico City. Tell me. So you were born and raised there? Tell me about Tell me about your family and what you were doing before this. Oh my gosh.
So I was born and raised in Mexico City. I have a younger brother and a twin sister, actually. My twin sister, she lives in Florida. She works at Disney World, actually. She loves it there. And in 2005, my parents decided that we were going to move out of Mexico City just because things were getting unsafe there. There were kidnappings, and one of my cousins actually got kidnapped. So my dad said, we're getting out of here. So we came to the Woodlands, Texas, which is where I'm now. And we already had connections here from my grandpa starting a business in this area. So we just moved here. It was a huge culture shock to go from Mexico City school to a public school in the U.S.
Tell me, what was the difference?
Pep rallies and the football and the homecoming, all that. I had no idea existed.
Well, what was school like in Mexico City? What type of?
Well, I went to an all-girl Catholic school, so it was very, quiet, reserved, all girls, religion,
strict,
and praying before classes, and just calm and strict. And then I get to high school in the U.S. and it's pep rallies and the first pep rally I went to, they just pulled us out of class. They're all right, we're going to the gym. And I'm all right, so I'll go to the gym. And then huge pep rally for the football team and then the cheerleaders. And I was wow, because we don't have stuff like that in Mexico. There's no football teams and cheerleaders and pep rallies. So that was a huge culture shock for me, which I did love. I went to pretty much every single football game the first year I was here. And then, then I went to college and started playing rugby there, actually.
Oh, wow. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Sam Houston State University.
Awesome.
It's in Huntsville, Texas. And, that's where I learned how to play rugby and played rugby for 15 years after college.
And do you play the guitar? Only if you're on the podcast, you may not be able to see if you're not on the Zoomcast. But she's got this beautiful, tealish color. What color is that?
Yes. Oh, that's Ibanez guitar.
Whoa. So you also play instruments. Tell me about your musical background.
Just for fun. I just one day I just picked up a guitar. I guess in my teen years, I was very into punk rock music and just, heavy metal stuff. So I just picked up a guitar one day. I taught myself how to play, actually.
Anyone else in the family have a musical talent? Where did this come from?
Not really, except my 7-year-old nephew. He's actually on the spectrum, and all of a sudden he picked up the keyboard and started playing songs by ear, like Ed Sheeran songs by ear. And we're how are you doing that? And he was just listen to the song and play the notes on his little keyboard. So other than him and I, no one else does musical instruments in my family.
Oh my gosh. And so, here you are moving to the States as a teenager. What a culture shock, right?
Right.
And what is that, the work that you're doing now? Does that exist in Mexico? Is there, jobs like that, helping placement agencies? Is there a lot of that in Mexico City?
Well, not really agencies, but I do remember growing up, I had a nanny.
Did you? Up. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
I did. And I remember when she left us, we were older, and I remember my brother and my sister and I just crying because she was leaving, but we were older. So, other than that experience, I didn't know anything else until Jennifer hired me. And honestly, she taught me everything I know.
She took you under her wing. What a doll.
Yes.
What a sweetheart she is. Oh my goodness. And so just curious, do you still have family in Mexico City, or is everyone here in the States now?
So the only ones here in the States are my mom, my dad, brother, and sister. All my cousins, aunts, and uncles are still in Mexico.
Do you miss it at all?
No, I don't really miss Mexico. I miss the food, but other than that, not really.
Well, it's amazing. Congratulations on this. I grew up in New York. I live in New York. I live on Long Island. I have a 7 and 9-year-old. I have 2 boys, like Jennifer. 2 boys, right? So it's 2 kids, I should say. It's I've never I travel, but I never left. That's a fact. I admire people who come from other countries and live here and work, and just it's amazing. So clearly bilingual as well, or you're going to tell me you speak more than how many languages now?
No, just English and Spanish.
Just, okay, awesome, which really helps too, I'm sure.
It's kind of handy because some candidates call in Spanish, and sometimes I have to talk to them, and it does help to, my mom speaks Spanish too, so it does help to have some people who speak Spanish.
Yeah. Now, do some nannies only speak, Spanish? Are they able to adjust well into a home that's, English? Does that happen a lot and they transition well?
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're able to communicate with the client, it does work out. I mean, a lot of our clients want the nanny to be bilingual too, because they want their kids to grow up knowing a second language. So we get a request for bilingual nannies for Spanish. We get for French sometimes too. We got one German and Hebrew and Russian too. So yeah, so it's actually it's popular for somebody to request a bilingual nanny.
Definite benefit for sure. And by the way, I'm saying nanny. I use the word she, but come on, there's he too. There's nannies. Are you right? Yeah. Or do you see an uptick in people requesting men?
Usually when they come to us and they're like, oh, I have like some boys and they're active and they love sports, like then we suggest, have you thought about like maybe a male candidate and a nanny? And they're like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Is that a possibility? Like, of course, we have some nannies that we have placed before. And it is usually with like clients who have like all boys and they like sports and go all day long. They're like good positive role models for them. So we have placed that. In fact, I don't know if Jennifer told you, but she had a nanny there for a while for her boys. And they loved them. Yeah. They went everywhere. They went like to the sports and they went riding bikes and they would go get ice cream. And yeah, she had a nanny, and we do encourage that, because a lot of we have really good male nanny candidates and we want to help them out too. So if the clients are open for it, of course we can do it.
Wow. Thank you for that. And what would you say sets the Nanny Poppins agency apart from others out there?
I would say it's because of our team. We have a very good like team culture. Like we like to work on every job as a team. It's not like just a recruiter focuses on what they're doing. No, we like to work as a team. Another thing that separates us, like I said, we don't use AI to like source their resumes or find keywords. We actually put human eyes on them and get to know people. And then pretty much the team. And like we have, reference people. We have me as like office support. We have the recruiters. We have Emily helping writing all of our training and Liana helping with the recruiting. So I think really it's our team culture.
Wow. Amazing. Well, the work you're doing and, people out there who may be interested, let's talk about some of the, again, some of the clients. Do you want to try to, tell us the client point of view? What are you looking for?
Yeah, we're looking for, like I said, busy professionals who need that extra set of hands. Anyone who, even if it's a stay-at-home mom, if she needs an extra set of hands, like, of course, we can provide that. We can provide mother's helper. But anybody who needs an extra set of hands, wants reliable childcare, wants to invest in their family, they can come to us.
Amazing. And also, it's, again, not just nannies. I know the name sounds like that. But what other type of clients are you getting? Would you mind sharing? Give us some other jobs that are potentially out there that people are, wanting the need for.
Yeah, so we've gotten estate manager jobs, executive housekeepers. We got butler one time, domestic couples. It used to be popular a few years ago, but a domestic couple. So like, a houseman for all the stuff outside and then, somebody else for the inside. So we can do that. Like I said, house managers, if you don't need help with your kids because they're older, we can still have somebody help you manage your household. Newborn care specialists help somebody train your new babies, sleep training, feeding schedule. Wow. Even dog walkers and dog nannies we've had requests for.
I love that. That is awesome. And I'm actually on the website right now, so I'm going to take a peek around here. Watch. Let's look for a candidate out there. Let's see. There's some openings, and I know you probably wrote all of these, right?
Right.
So hold on. Ready? I'm going to just take a quick peek here. There's the Massachusetts, New Jersey. There's live-ins. There's house managers, family assistants, even as you mentioned, truck drivers, executive housekeeper. Fuel. What's the fuel job? What's fuel?
Oh, that's like an oil technician job.
Wow.
Goes along with the fuel truck drivers for the same company, same client.
Amazing. I'm looking at all this. And for clients, finding your fit. And that's your specialty. And I know you guys work with. And one thing I love about your agency is if something doesn't work out, that client or that candidate comes to you, right? And you guys make it work. You will help find their fit, right? And resolve any issue.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we understand sometimes it's just not the right fit. And that's why we offer a replacement policy for our clients. And that's why we also encourage our candidates to come to the recruiters as their confidence. Like if it's not working out or they're making you work hours that you didn't agree to, come to us. We'll talk to the client. If it's not working out, no worries. We have a replacement policy and we all have other jobs for the candidates to go to.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here and for joining us. Remind us one more time how we can reach out to you. Thank you.
You can go to our website, nannypoppinsagency.com, send us a message there, or call us at 888-849-6090, 24/7.
Perfect. Thanks so much. Pleasure meeting you, Delia. Send Jennifer my best. We love speaking with her and her team. And again, love having you here again. For your next hire, call 888-849-6090. Go to nannypoppinsagency.com. And again, we're excited that you guys are back with us and wishing you the best of luck with everything in your future. Happy playing your music and amazing. And rugby. Wow. Learned a lot about you today. All right. Have a fantastic day, Delia.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.